And we're live. Oh, what a day, man. What a day it's been for me. Sheesh, it's been a really crazy day. Today in Kuwait, the Middle East, is Ramadan. That thing is crazy here. I haven't been posting all day. I've been focusing on getting through the day. Crazy day. But it's Saturday, and y'all know what that means. It means spaces, Tesla spaces. And why the stock keeps dipping, and everyone keeps moaning and being the B word, we're gonna talk about that in space. We're gonna talk about it in the space. So get ready, smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Just making sure you guys can hear me through the yes, you guys can hear me, no problem. Cool, good stuff, good stuff. Sheesh, I know usually I get this thing ready earlier, but I didn't know it was going to go live today. Just want to make sure that I was going to happen or not. And let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this awesome space and let's see what can be done. All right, let's do this. Okay. Start it. Let's do this. I hope you guys are having a great day, having an awesome time. Oh, wait, she did start it. So let's see. Okay, let's start listening. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Posted. It is awesome.
Okay,
He
I have to put it in the
There's a
speaker
guy,
mode.
Nick. I will share it on the top. There you go.
There we go. We're here. Join as
Nick Cruz Pejjy. Is that how to read his name? He shared a video in China, and it's actually working like a champ. So that thing is excited me so much. Hello, Pejjy.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, 100% clear and
Very
clear.
nice. Very nice. Very nice. Oh man. Oh, what a day. What a day. Oh, I thought I wasn't gonna make it to the space, to be honest, because here in here in Kuwait, Ramadan just started, and for the next 2 weeks, I'll be working in overnight shift. So I'm just like, oh man, I don't know if I could make it. But today there's no overnight shift because things are pretty calm. But next week, I may have to skip spaces next week, if that's okay. Um,
It is okay, friend.
yes.
What is your next shift? What is your night shift? If you can tell us.
Well, no, so here in Kuwait, I run a business here. Well, it's a family business, but I run the online store here, where we just sell confectionery. And Ramadan is so crazy here in Kuwait. It's like imagine Halloween, but times like 1,000. It's crazy how people go crazy here with their sweets. Like we are expected to sell about $1.5 million worth in the next 2 weeks. It's just crazy. We have to do an overnight shift in order to do that, and I took lead on that to do the overnight shift of that. So it's an opportunity that I don't want to miss, so I can buy more Tesla stock, of course. And it comes once a year. So yeah, for the past 2 months, 3 months, the team and I just been working crazy to get this all set up, ready to go, and we are ready. And for the next 2 weeks, I thought I had to start today, but it looks like it's a bit calm today. It doesn't seem to be that much, but in the next 2 days it'll start. So I will be going overnight for these next 2 weeks. Yeah, not too sure. I mean, I'll try my best to be active and do my YouTube videos because I love doing it. I hate missing it, but it's only for 2 weeks temporarily. That's okay. But yeah, that's what I
It
do.
is
That's what I
okay.
do. That's what I do. And of course, the other business on the side that I have. But that's it. Because everybody asks me, Pejjy, how do you buy Tesla stock every day? You're buying like 3, 4 shares, 2 shares every day. Where do you get this money from? Man, I work 15 to 18 hours a day and I run 3 businesses, man. I have no social life. I'm here in Kuwait. I got no friends here, man. I wake up, I go to work, I come home, I do my other work, and then I go to sleep and I repeat the next day. And then that's it. I have my expenses are very low. I don't drive flashy cars. I don't go buy expensive watches. I wear the same thing every day. I'm very frugal, you know. So I have all this. So I have all the savings. So I just buy more stock because I know in the next 5 years I'll probably, hopefully I can get a private jet. No, of course I'm not gonna get a private jet, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? So yeah, I live, I don't live all flashy or anything like that. I just, work, 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 and then, you know, uh, save up, buy a bunch of Tesla stock. Love it when it goes
Very
down,
smart.
when it's dipping like the way it is, with all the stupid FUD that's going on that makes no sense. Like the FUD, like, you know, Europe sales in Europe is crashing 50%. Well, of course it's crashing 50% because they're not selling their Model Y. I mean, but they still use that against you, and they still use that. Ah, my God. But hey, you know what? It's just the opportunity that, you know, I'm sure most of us here see, and the ones who bought at the top and sold recently are just very, and the ones obviously that hate Elon as well are coming out very loudly and saying all these things. But hey, I mean, we've been through worse, and this is nothing compared to what Tesla's been through. And in the next, and I did a podcast with CERN. It should be public for everyone tomorrow. And we're just like, this is gonna be, watch, 6 months time from now, no one's gonna care what happened today with Elon, with Doge, and whatever the heck he's doing. No one's gonna care. It's like as if it never happened. Just like how the Twitter thing nobody cares about 2 years ago. Nobody cares about it. In fact, people love it. People are making money on this thing, shit posting. So it's like, same thing. Imagine 6 months time, and you know, you got Doge saving so much taxpayers' money, and all the Americans are like, man, this is amazing. You know, I'm not too sure how if the Doge
It
dividend thing is
is
gonna work,
gonna
but
it is gonna change. It is gonna change so quick.
yep.
Like we talked last week. If Elon managed to send out 5,000 back to the taxpayer, all of them get it in the mail with the President Trump's signature on it and say, "This is the Doge dividend. This is your tax that you've been paying in. We clean up the house. We get rid of the thing that is not value for the American taxpayer, and this is your money back. You're welcome." If everybody get that check in their hands, it will change. It will change the history of the two party in America, because the Democrat will evaporate. It will be gone. No one gonna vote for it. That's it. And dude, this week, oh, the FSD in China is go viral. I think I watched Herbert, and he say it's a billion view.
Mm.
And this week I kind of busy. I'm not on X so much. I say something offensive to one guy. He say he call violence on Elon. So I say so I call him David Max stupid, and I call him C word, and then I got blocked off X for 12 hours. It's pretty funny.
What you got? How? What? Just by saying that you got? How did you get? That doesn't make any sense. What? Why
But
would X do that? I thought that's free
it should
speech.
be the other way around. Yeah, it should be the other way around. But of course, it's 1 in the morning, and I really pissed off that guy. That guy got me pissed off, so I call him cunt. It's so bad.
That's ridiculous. You
But
shouldn't get blocked or banned for that.
yeah,
Blocked. That's
it's
ridiculous.
it's okay. You can say the word fuck, but you cannot say the c word. That's what up. But it's okay. The talk about FUD though, Pejy, 219 to 18 to 19, when they have when they ramp up Model 3, and Elon is actually sleep on the floor in the factory. Back then the FUD is just like this. This is like, I'm actually feel it. I feel it in the air that it's the same story. It's the same thing. It's the same shit, different day. Like 420, take it private. The cave, the cave, the British cave diver that call him pedophile, and buying Twitter, that he had to sell his Tesla stock to buy Twitter, and another one. the one that he making the poll, like should I sell my Tesla to pay the tax? And they say yes. So he need to sell his Tesla to pay 11 billion in tax.
Yeah, insane.
So all those stuff is in the air right now. The FUD is just peak. And I talked to my friend Jason DeBoer
Mm.
back the last time that 414 and it went to 100. I talked to Jason because I bought 100K at 379 and it's down boom to the 100. So I talked to my friend and he's like, Fa, I believe the people who own the new network, like MSNBC, the ABC, the CNN, someone own this stuff. They say the same thing. They try to hurt Elon. They try to think that if they hurt Elon by making his money drop, making his network drop, he will scare the shit out and he will stop doing what he's doing. But the thing is, Elon built different. The peak FUD is just make him go harder at thing. You hear that? Some people call them war CEO. He get more energetic if he in a war zone. So this thing is actually very good. Hear me out for a minute. This FUD thing that is going, they come after him. They actually have a teacher associate go on the TV say, Tesla is overvalued. But hold on, did you see SMR make this video? Like you are a teacher, you're not financial advice. Why are you saying this shit? And so bad, too sad. A lot of people fall for it. And that's the check out the paper hand. The my fucking part is they go ahead and buy it at a low. And then they say, oh, Tesla is turned around again. So those people who actually try to hurt Elon is actually make money off Elon using all of us, the retail investor. Basically shake all of us out. People who actually like buy it at like 400 and sell it out right now, those people is actually the one who lose. This is why I say like, Pejjy, you're doing such a great work. Like keep pounding the table. It's like, it's not like what you see. It's not like what you see. You need to stay on the stock. This is why I'm like admiring you. Omar doing this shit since before me. You know, I come to my friend who actually like millionaire, a bunch of my friends in San Francisco, they write an app. They're in Silicon Valley. They say like, yo, go in Twitter, go follow this dude Hallmark catalog. Like this is 2019 when I'm starting this whole thing, like study stock. And Hallmark been saying the same shit every day. It's like, oh, it's not like that. Elon is not like that. Fight the FUD, you know. But this time, it's more of us. So X is the place that we train the AI. We give our conscious to the system, and it's gonna. The more that we write about it, the more that we keep talking about it, call it out that it's fake, it's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Keep calling it out, and then it's gonna turn around. I believe it's gonna turn around.
Yeah.
It's such a bold-faced liar that have a teacher associate go on the TV and say Tesla is overvalued. I really want to ask her, like, what is line item in here that is overvalued? Do you understand the investment in AI? Do you understand the full self-driving? Like, my friend in Connecticut, her husband gonna buy her car, so she called me and said, what car should I buy? He give me about 80,000, my budget. And I'm like, of course, Model X, go get a second hand, make sure it's full self-driving. And she's like, I don't know if it's gonna work in the snow. I don't think it's gonna work here. And her husband gonna buy Rivian. So I text him like, dude, before you buy Rivian, do yourself like go helping yourself out, go test Cybertruck, go sit on it, go drive in it, go test full self driving, because you're really not gonna drive yourself and you're gonna pay over 100K on that. I think this is how all of us have to show our love and our conviction in Tesla. Like we have like Tesla boomer mama says best. You don't have to go buy Tesla today. Maybe your next car. You don't have to buy one stock, but maybe you buy fraction of share. And if someone talk to you about it, maybe you try to open your mind about it. Because he actually go out there risking his life saving our tax money, our taxpayer money. What
Yeah.
do you think?
Yeah, I mean, well, that's just a way of supporting him, but I think that'll come over time automatically through everybody when they're not full of fear, FUD, and panic, and brainwashed from the mainstream media. What I've realized and learned from being a Tesla investor from 2020 till now is that when the FUD becomes so high, and when it pretty much, I don't think it's peaked yet. I don't think it has peaked yet, but we're getting there. But once we get there, it's a fast turnaround. It's like as soon as all the FUD came, the next day when we have that massive green candle that goes up, everyone forgets about the FUD. Like it never existed. Like right now, the stock going down and the earnings not being strong, and we know that that's going to happen in Q1, and of course, in the very near term with sales not good in Europe and stuff, the FUD is going to win. There's no, we can't beat that. The FUD is going to win. But we do know that in the next 3 to 6 months, we do know affordable models are coming. We do know Model Y is going to be ramped. We do know that that stupid data that came out that says, "Oh, Europe 50% registration is less." Oh, well, because well, of course they're not selling the best-selling car in the world. Wait until they do, then you're going to see registration spike. Then that fund's gonna go away. It's gonna be smashed. And then you have other things coming around, like FSD China. That thing is ridiculous. I mean, the videos that are coming out from it, I'm just like, all Tesla did was literally snapping their fingers, and FSD in China. Like, imagine what this could do to the financials. And I ran the numbers quickly. If the numbers are 10% of 2 million, Tesla's in China, and well, right now there's no subscription, so it's only a one-time fee of $8,800 US. That comes down to like 10% of vehicles, 20,000 vehicles that do opt in for it. That comes to 1.4 billion, 1.4 billion just in profits. I mean, gross profits, you could say. But it's just like, what did Tesla do? Nothing. They just enabled it in one country. That's it. That's all they did with a snap of a finger overnight. That's it. Now imagine that being slapped on to the to the numbers, to the income statement. That's massive. That's absolutely massive. But yet that's being ignored. They're all focused on the FUD. Oh, Elon is a Nazi, and he's, don't ride the Model SS, which is ridiculous. Some of these, the swastika car, it's so funny. They get so creative too. It's so funny. But for me, I love it because I get to buy more shares on the cheap. It's just I'm literally sitting back here with like a big bag of popcorn, and of course my stack of cash that I'm ready to buy more. And I'm just like, oh man, today's another buying day. Okay, let's up it up to 3 shares instead of 2. And it's like it's to me it's a game at this point, because like I know what's gonna happen in 6 months' time. I know what's gonna happen in 1 year, in 2 years, 3 years. I know what's gonna happen. No one's gonna remember this. It's all gonna be noise. So yeah, that's and if you're a new Tesla investor, if you're listening on YouTube and here, and you're pissed off and you're mad, well, first of all, I hope you learned your lesson that you don't chase stocks, right? When the best how do you know when to stop buying a stock is when it reaches an all-time high, and then they say it's going to double next week. That's the biggest red flag to pretty much, relax, calm down. Let's not buy the stock anymore. Let's just relax a little bit. And I mentioned this in many of the videos. I'm just like, guys, I'm not buying any more shares, over 400. Because I mean, if it was steady going up and there was no, a lot of these euphoria messages, I would have been more comfortable buying. But people were like, "Oh, next week, $1,000 per share. Next month, double that." And I'm just like, "You guys are crazy. That's not how it works." It, Tesla stock roared not because of fundamentals; it roared because of Trump winning. That has nothing to do with fundamentals. It will pull back. It will pull back, and um, of course, the Trump thing does have merit, no question about that. But the fundamentals don't back it at the moment. Maybe in a year or two it will, but at the moment it doesn't. And um, if you ask me, I mean, the stock is in the high 200s right now, which is crazy. And seeing Tesla in the 200s again in 2025 is just insane. But I know Q1 is going to be garbage. But let's see what the earnings call is going to be. I think earnings call is going to be amazing. I think Elon's going to drop some bombshells. I don't think the cybercab or the robotaxi is going to be delayed, but if it is, that could be a headwind rather than a tailwind. But I doubt that. I don't think that's going to be delayed. I do think he's going to not say anything about the affordable models. He'll say it's on track. So expect something for the by end of Q2 or something like that. We may release something or do something. And maybe some other things that we don't know what's going on, because we heard about third megapack factory being built somewhere. We don't know where, but Elon did mention that, and nobody's really talking about that, which is a big deal. And we'll see. I think earnings calls will be really good. I think that could actually be the reason why the stock goes up, because everybody knows Q1 earnings is going to be very bad. It's going to be garbage, and I think it's being priced in right now for it too. So and then I think Q2, Q3, and Q4, they're going to be good quarters. They're going to be solid quarters that could actually help EPS. And hopefully Tesla can separate their FSD revenues and profits on their income statement, because now they've entered China
if they
and
show
Mexico.
that, it will be good for us. If Tesla decide to make decision to add the subscription, the money they make from FSD in their balance sheet, I think that will be good. I don't know when they're gonna do it though. I'm excited for it. This is how I look at it this year. I believe Elon that this year is gonna be historic year for Tesla. This year is a year that last year they've been putting a lot of good work into making a robotaxi become real, like self-driving car. The car that drives itself, is no one in it. And this year is a year that they need to, like Joseph tell you, like you and Joseph talk about it. It's like the thing that is stopping it from making that become a reality is a regulation, is a government. So now Elon has actually moved himself into the government, and he's trying to solve that problem. Yeah, this is like, can you imagine what kind of CEO does this? And the power that he have, he even be able to negotiate with China. Say, hey, I want to have factory in China, but you cannot own half of it. I want to be the sole owner of it. And the Chinese government is like, come on. And now he's like, I want to have full self-driving. And the Chinese government is say, you cannot take a video and put it in your data. Elon said, no problem. We train it from the internet. Mind-blowing shit. And I'm not engineer. I'm far away from engineer. I'm like study English. I'm study language. I'm study political science. I'm not like engineer. And I'm just look at what Elon do, and I'm like, holy shit. And these people in Palo Alto, the Tesla Tesla robotic Tesla robotic in Palo Alto. They're like waving the wand, and the thing that gave me super pumped is the bot. They're hiring a lot of engineer for the bot, so that is like. mm, You know, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna sell. I try to catch Omar in a bunch of space, and I'm like, try to pick on his brain. It's like, Omar, what do you think? And this is what he told me. He said, the first few thousand or 50,000 is gonna be for the business. It's gonna be expensive. It's gonna be for the business, and it's gonna take a few year, few generation until it's come to us. And this is when it's gonna flip the table, Pejy. This is my thought. When they actually make AI that far can buy one and put it in my home, and I can ask that robot, Grok, Optimus, say, hey, I don't want my kid to go to school. Can you download the world bulletin, the homeschool, but the world bulletin, and can you teach that on MJ? And if it's actually work, if I can actually have a robot teaching my kid, everybody gonna do it. And when everybody do that, when everybody is like have robot folding their clothes, actually have robot go get their grocery, and actually have the robot making money for them, no one gonna give a shit what it don't do in the politics anymore. Everybody is like, I want 3 of that in my house. And that is like, that is what number that CERN talking about. Will that's number that is like mind-boggling number. The Tesla Robotaxi will show the world, hey, this is possible. This is the car that drive itself all over the world is possible. And then the robot that is help you cooking, doing laundry for you, tutoring for your kid, go fix your roof. You don't need to hiring the roofer anymore. It sit in your car with you if you want to do the road trip. It's all that. It's gonna be like no one give a shit about Elon politics no more, because that robot, humanoid robot, will be like so useful that no one care anymore.
Yeah, I mean the humanoid robot is. I can't wait to see. I think we're going to see an Optimus Day this year. I think the reason why Tesla is not showcasing the Optimus as much as they used to is because, according to Elon, saying that other bots do copy it somehow. They find ways to make it similar or copy it. So they said, okay, we're not going to showcase it. Only when there's big breakthroughs, we'll showcase it. And the latest video that they showed was the thing walking down the hill, walking through the park or wherever it was, and it grabbed itself from falling. It stopped itself from falling, which was incredible. And I'm 100% sure there's going to be an Optimus Day or some sort of a robot day um, this year. I'll be surprised if there isn't, and we'll see how advanced and far this thing has gotten. But I think 2025 is the year where we'll realize that the robotaxi thing is real, where people will go like, oh, yeah, I know Elon has been late for 10 years, saying every single year that FSD is going to happen this year, robotaxi is going to happen this year or next year. But I think this is the year that they're actually going to find out that they already, by end of this year, they're going to say, they actually have autonomous cars on the road without nobody driving them. They're actually driving themselves. And that's going to be a big deal, um, in the US at least, and globally. But in the US, that's where it's going to be first deployed. And that's where I'm bullish at, because I went inside Tesla because of the full self-driving robotaxi, the bot, but it didn't even exist when I decided to go into or go all in Tesla. It was because of the robotaxi alone, because that thing can really change everything, can really eliminate car ownership. It can really eliminate, you know, uh, just make transportation so much cheaper than a bus fare, which is insane, and can really benefit the people who operate it, and really can increase the margins and profits of the company. And once you scale that globally, oh my god, like this alone is worth 10 trillion in my eyes, in my valuation. Just this robotaxi business alone from Tesla, 10 trillion alone. And of course, this includes the FSD and everything. That comes with it, except for the curated experiences. We don't know how to calculate that. But just the FSD and the robotaxi service alone, in my eyes, is a 10 trillion market cap. And when it's fully scaled and good to go, everything else that comes next, and that comes with it, like curated expenses and other experiences that we don't know that Tesla can monetize, that's just a whole different thing. But just the robotaxi alone, in my eyes, is just 10 trillion. The bot, on the other hand, I mean, this thing, it's mind-boggling. It's nutty. I don't even know how or where. I mean, I revised my numbers with CERN, and he's just like, your numbers, even though you revised it, it's still too low. I'm like, bro, I can't even comprehend anything higher than this. Like he's. I,
I know when I listen to CERN, and he's so good with his number too, and his chart, and how he explained it. And when I'm and it's like, no, it's melting my brain. That's how that's how I'm like, God, this guy. So need to we need everybody need to share his video. His is amazing. Um, yeah. If
tomorrow.
this is how I put it. When the world is moving forward and the GDP is come from the GDP of the country, or the GDP of the earth is moving up because all of us working, right? All the human working. But a lot of people are not having kid anymore. And a lot of people just and they're not working anymore, and the work gonna shift. We about to be very unproductive because we don't have enough children to become labor, right? And to have the humanoid robot that actually become the labor, and you can pump it out. Like let's put the word unlimited. Let's imagine in the perfect world, we have enough of material and enough of battery to make this robot. If we can pump it out, let's say we have 8 billion human. If we can pump it out robot at a 16 billion, that's just me being like not so smart. Maybe you can double the number of the GDP of the earth. That is where it's melting my brain.
Yeah, it's crazy. And the fact that we are not producing kids and going forward, it's a little bit concerning, because that's really going to disrupt a lot of the global labor. Sorry, the labor worldwide. But with the bots, you know, that eliminates that threat. Now, of course, you're probably going to get a future where you're going to be living with bots. Think iRobot, but it's either that, or it. Um, I don't want to be. I don't want to sound catastrophic, but when population starts to decline, GDP declines as well worldwide. That's all I'm gonna say. With the bots, you're gonna have something that's gonna be working over 20 hours a day that doesn't need anything except for power to be charged, and it can do eventually all the majority of the labors that the world has to give. And it's very mind-boggling to talk about it, or just even think about it. And like my brain can't comprehend it. Like, oh, like it sounds like a sci-fi fiction thing, like, oh, in 10 years time we're going to see robots and stuff like that. But when you look at what's actually going on, and you're looking all these other companies like Figure, and all these other Chinese companies. There's no going back. Like people are like companies are actually fighting for this. They're actually gunning for this, which is crazy. Like if it was one company, two company doing it, like, if you go back 10, 20 years and you look at Boston Dynamics, no one cared. Oh, that's a cool, you can do backflips, whatever, but whatever. But now you're seeing a lot of companies trying to figure out intelligent robots, trying to figure out how to make them and scale them. That's different. That's serious, and there's no going back from this. It's you have to do it. If you don't do it, if the US doesn't do it, China will do it, and that's not good. It's a crazy future we're going to be entering in the next. I think 10 years from now is going to look. Life is going to look so different. It's going to be insane. Autonomous cars, robots everywhere. Maybe universal income. I don't know. 10 years time, things are going to look crazy. Yeah, it's just again mind-boggling. Sheesh.
It will be different. Elon said Tesla Energy, how much money we're gonna make from Tesla Energy will surpass the car itself, and how much money we're gonna make from Optimus will surpass the car and the energy combined. So
Yeah.
right now at 2025, we're not even halfway yet. You know, um, I'm like such a Elon fan that my husband get angry sometimes, and he see things that we don't see. He see things that he see thing almost as a fiction, like a fiction book. And the thing is, he make it happen. One thing as a Tesla shareholder, that from 400 go down to 100. This is shake me, yeah. Sometimes this is gonna make me sell my position at loss and like leave, like don't believe in Elon. No, I just keep buying like the past 3 years. I'm buying not so much, but I'm buying. I'm buying 200 share, 300 share in the past 3 years, and my husband give me a green light to sell his work stuff and put it on Tesla, just because Trump win, and he see that the difference between Biden and Trump as a president, US America will move forward into the like golden era. You know, and to to have to have to be successful in Tesla, you need to have conviction. You have to stay with the stock because of the story, because what they accomplish, because what if you so inclined, you have so much question, you don't go read the headline, what is the new say about Tesla or Elon. You actually put your head down and go back and listen to the earning con, listen to all the business part of it, how much they make money on it, what is they announce they're gonna put money in. And I think Jensen, the CEO of Nvidia, said Tesla is number one customer of Nvidia. All the brand new chip, the CPU that Nvidia make, they give it to Tesla. So that's is it. Like if you sit in your chair and you're like, okay, I want to invest, and then okay, Tesla this is most trading stock. People trade Tesla a lot. The volume of the trade is a lot. Like sometimes it's like 80 million shares, sometimes it's like 120 million shares. So why is that? Some people uh, treat Tesla as like almost like casino. They put a bet on it. But that's just not that's just I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but that's just a way to lose your money quick if you trading in and out. The way to really do it is buying in the red day. And you have to start if you know the stock. You if you know the stock and you know the CEO and you actually like try to understand it, this is the safest bet. This is the safest investment because the world is going to be like AI. The how do I say this? What is the English word? The productivity, the how much money they're gonna make. I mean, they're gonna make this is mean like in the S&P 500 or the company moving forward is gonna be energy and AI and robotic and reusable rocket and 3D printing and genomic and all those stuff. But when you put your money to work, when you put money behind the CEO, is that CEO tell you everything? Does that person tell you everything? Or they lie to you? You know, most of the CEO don't say much. Tim Apple never say much. He never say what he think. He never go on a tweet and say, hey, I think about this is never happened. Ford CEO do say what he think. He do say what he think, but is this real? Do we have stuff to back up what he say? Rivian CEO say nothing. Lucid CEO say nothing. But we have a CEO that say everything. Elon say everything that he think. And then you sit in your chair and you think is that good for me or it's bad for me? For me myself it's very good. And this is a package. Elon Musk is a package. It's kind of one crazy person that do so many shit. He have so much shit on his plate. And if someone pounding the table, let's say, Tesla doesn't have CEO. Elon, what the hell you doing in the White House? Come back to work at Tesla. That person know nothing about Elon Musk. So you cannot let yeah you cannot let that grooming in your head. It's like, should I sell stock at loss? If someone cannot go to bed, literally thinking about a number in their portfolio all the time, and it's like I cannot eat my dinner, I cannot go to bed, I'm losing like 10% of my investment, and I'm gonna throw up. This is not a right for you. You need to do CD 4% of the year, and you get 4%. That's it.
You
But
know,
if you're looking for something that is like 30 backer, not even 10 backer, not even 20 backer, but 30 backer, 30x from today price. Tesla is your answer. Maybe Nvidia, but I didn't put my head down in Nvidia so much. I don't know. What do you think?
well, here's the thing. Nobody was complaining about what Elon was doing 2 months ago, or 1 month ago when the stock was like above 400. Nobody, like not nobody, nobody was talking about he should leave. He should step down as CEO, or he should like you know brand damage, all this stuff that's good. Like nothing. Like because the stock was up, nobody was complaining about that. Why would anybody complain? But once it started to go down, that's where all these bears and shorts and people who were chasing the stock really got hurt. And it's funny because when the stock reached, and I made a post about this, when the stock reached, like, I think it was an all-time high almost of like 490 or something. Everybody, they're like, oh man, I wish I bought the stock when it was below at 300, man. I really wish. Well, of course you wish, because right now it's all-time high. There's no fear, there's no FUD. Everything is rainbows and sunshines. Of course you wish you bought at 300, because now it's great. But then, when your wish comes true and it goes below 300, you're scared to buy. You're fearful to buy. So it's like, if you, and this is with any stock, not with now, not just with Tesla, with any stock, unless there's a big market crash, and that's just like, a big market crash is for every stock, not just for, one. But that's where you can look at the fundamentals. But if a company just crashes or a stock just crashes, and it's something that and it's fundamentally strong in the future, and you wish that you've bought at the lows and it dips, that is the time where you should be doubling down. Because what changed? Like, okay, it crashed for what? Like, it crashed. Why? Because, for example, in Tesla's case, it crashed because Elon did a salute that looked like a Nazi salute. I mean, that's not a reason. Oh, it crashed because Europe sales are 50% down, lower. Well, think about, okay, if you had a brain, right? You would think and go like, okay, well, why did they have 50% registration low? Haters would go like, oh, because he did the salute. Nobody wants to buy his cars anymore. No, because they're not selling the best-selling car there. That's a fact. They're not selling their best-selling car. It started in China, but hasn't started in Europe or in the United States or in North America. It has not started there. I would say we will we will see if what the real cause is of this in the next month or two when they start to deliver this car. If there's a big spike, then this all was a noise. That's it. But we already know it's noise. We already know that there's massive orders for this thing. We know this. And it's the minority that's going crazy with this. So the best time to buy your favorite stocks is when there's blood on the street. Like, man, when the stock went down to $100 per share in 2022, oh man, I was so happy. I dumped my whole entire savings into it. It was an amazing bet. It was like, what was the risk at that time when the stock went to 101? Twitter? How is that a risk? Yes, there was no catalyst coming up. Yes, it wasn't a good time for Tesla, but are you invested in, like, what are you invested in Tesla for? You're not in it for the vehicles. If you are in it for the vehicles, then you're going to be very disappointed. It's for robotaxis, for me at least. Energy, the bots. These are the things that you need to look forward to. These are the things that you have to model out and give it a discounted what is it? Discounted cash flow. That's what you got to give it, and just focus on that. The numbers are crazy. Numbers are absolutely crazy. Energy is going crazy. Like that just in the last quarter, 3 billion just energy alone. Like, hello, over 100% growth year over year. Hello, like, okay, no, but the vehicles are going down, and so, okay. How about the unsupervised FSD that's going to happen in June? Don't you think that's a big deal? Or how about the FSD just happened in China that if 10% of people actually or customers actually opted in for the FSD, that's about 1.4 billion in gross profits, just like that. Just like that. That's just one country. These are the things you're going to be looking forward to. And a good thing that I tell people is that, imagine we're in 2018. Of course, you wish you bought Tesla in 2018 now, but back in 2018, when 2018 was 2018, that was the worst time to buy Tesla in terms of sentiment, because Tesla's going bankrupt and all this massive FUD, and that's the reason why I didn't invest in Tesla that early, because of this. I thought Tesla's going to go bankrupt. But that's at that time in 2018, if you were modeling out that, man, if the Model 3, because that was the time where it was like, if EVs are a thing, Tesla is going to be the one that's going to benefit the most. Like, that was the narrative. But back in 2018, the narrative was that it's going to go bankrupt. They're never going to scale. They're going to run out of money and all that kind of stuff. And Trump doesn't like EVs, and he doesn't want to support Elon and all that kind of stuff. But what happened once he scaled? It became a unicorn. Tesla became a unicorn in the EV market, and the stock shot up like 10, 20x. That was insane. That's what's happening now, or what we're modeling with the FSD energy, sure, but the FSD, the Robotaxi, and the bot. If you can model these out, give it 5, 10 years, oh my God. It's for me, I'm numb to the red days. I love it when it's red days because I know what I'm buying, and I know what the stock could potentially be in the next 5 to 10 years because of these fundamentals that are going to come and dwarf whatever the heck is going on now in Tesla's business, and it's just going to increase the EPS so massively. It's just going to be one of the greatest. I think it's going to be the most valuable company in the world, in my opinion. So just from the robotaxis alone, the bot is just crazy. I don't even know. Again, so if you're a new Tesla investor and you bought over 400 and you bought over 400 and you're mad, well, first of all, I don't want to sound, bad or mean or a dick or whatever, but you deserve it because you thought that the stock's going to double next week. Well, no. Tesla does do these things. It's a very volatile stock. And when it does moon, it does moon. But based on fundamentals, you'll see it moon. Think Nvidia, think Tesla back in 2020. The Trump run was a good run, but had nothing to do with fundamentals. It hadn't. If there was a massive Trump run and the fundamentals were going crazy, I mean, then there's no excuse why the stock wouldn't be over 5 trillion today. But the fundamentals aren't there. The EPS isn't there, and it won't be there until maybe another year or two. So the story is good. The story is good right now with Tesla. Not with Elon, but with Tesla. But with Elon, that's going to come later on. That's going to, match and be good with that later on. But with Tesla, the story is really good. FSD is coming out. The energy is going. Forward models are coming. What else is there? Third megapack factory, second megapack factory is ramping up. The story is really good. Now we need the fundamentals to support this story so it can do its thing, right? So that's it. Just have a long-term horizon, and you'll be fine with Tesla. It's very simple. It's very simple. Unless you're doing margin or you're going options that you need the money next week or the week after that, you're just playing with fire, and I don't recommend that. I never recommend margins or anything. But long-term investing in Tesla, you can never go wrong with that. I think it's one of the greatest investments that anyone can make, and it punishes those who invest short-term, and we know this, but it rewards them who are invested long-term and rewards them very generously, and that's Tesla. And that's Tesla stock. I don't think anyone's going to care about what the stock price was today in Q4 or Q1 of 2026. And I predict that by end of this year, the price target is 575. And that's a target I made back in December. And I'm sticking to it, not changing it. Everyone was at that time was like, oh, it's going to hit 575 next week. I'm like, I hope it does, but I don't think it will. And well, it didn't, of course. But yeah, I think 575 is a fair target by end of this year. Anything below that will be cheap. Of course, Tesla stock is very irrational sometimes. Here's the thing: if the Cybercab, if you're allowed to pre-order the Cybercab right now, or it's not right now, in the next, let's say, few quarters, by end of this year, I could see the stock probably running up like 2,000. I can see that because it's like, oh, you can now buy a car that's autonomous that you can deploy for robotaxis. It's mind blowing. I think that, but I don't think. Well, no, I am pretty confident that pre-orders are going to happen by sometime this year. I have mentioned this many times too. Because if they're going to ramp Cybercabs next year, well, they got to sell it somehow, and it's a good idea to have some pre-orders in order to sell it. So let's see what happens. It's very exciting with this Tesla thing. When there's FUD, it crashes much harder than it should, and when it's good, and when things are looking very good, it roars up much than it needs to. This is the volatility of the stock. Like I've said this many times. Back in 2022. The stock went down from 414 to 100. And then 2023, it went from 100 to almost 300. Last year in 2024, it went from 150 to nearly 500. And right now we're, like 450 this year, all the way down to a high 300, high 200s. It's a crazy stock. It's a bull. Like you're sitting on a bull. Like this is what the stock is. So the best thing you can do is just hold it long term. I mean, if you can swing trade this thing, and not financial advice, you can make good money. But again, not financial advice. I don't recommend that. But if you know how to swing trade this, man, you can make really good money. Actually, I've been thinking to do a separate YouTube channel where I can, if I can, turn $1,000 to like $100,000 just playing Tesla stock. But I don't know. Not too sure if I have the time for that. But that would be a cool video. That'd be a cool concept. If anyone in the chat wants to do that, do it. I think that'd be an awesome video. That's this shows you how crazy this swing trade is. Like you can swing trade it on the low, buy in the low, sell in the high, maybe short the stock down to whatever it is, and then just play around like that. Oh man, I think you can make good money with Tesla. Again, not financial advice, but this thing is a bull. This thing can just go up and down like crazy. And the crazy thing is that the volatility of this stock continues, but at higher prices. So the more we go into the future, I don't think this volatility is going to end on anytime soon until the EPS has some steady growth. And maybe because Elon is going to be Elon, if Elon being part of the story, he will always do crazy stuff that can bring down the stock or shoot up even higher. But for the time being, I don't see the stock being very stable at an upward trend like how you would see Apple or Microsoft or any of these guys anytime soon. It'll be a bull, shooting up and going down, going down 50% and shooting up again. And that's what the stock's been doing for the past, since IPO actually. For the first 3 years of the IPO, it doubled, but it was steady. Then it jumped up like 500%. Then from 2014, 2019, steady. Maybe even if you lost money, if you sold out 2019, but the year after that, shot up 20x. And let's see next year with Tesla. I think next year is going to be a good year for Tesla. I think the end of this year is going to be a good year for Tesla. So, yeah, just stick with it long term and make sure you're not using money that you need next week. This is an investment, not a gamble. If you're gambling, it's very dangerous, and you could lose a lot of money. So, investing for the long term, you'll do well. And I've been in it since 2020. Faz been in it since 2019. So you wrote the whole thing. I wrote a little bit of it, but I'm in the green. Like my investment, even though it's gone down so much, I'm in the green. Like I'm actually dollar cost averaging up, which I'm not a fan of doing, but I know these stock prices in the next 5 years. I know I'll be wishing to buy more of these stock prices. So that's why I'm like, you know what? Don't even think about it. Just do it. Just buy. Double.
This is a good point. This is a good point. The way to stay in a Tesla stock is to do your own homework and have your own price target. I have my price target so crazy on I think I talked to you on the our first episode. I say my price target for 2032 is 3,500 a share. And after I listen to you and CERN talking, my 3,500 a share in 2032 is bearish, super bearish. Who said? Joseph? Joseph said just a bot, Tesla bot itself, it can be 8,000 a share. And my recommendation to all our friends here is actually come up with your own price target. And that is a way to stay in Tesla stock. You not sell it until it's hit your target. And you keep revisit your number. I think when we be able to sell when the whole system, the Robotaxi, is available for the whole country, for the whole America, like all city, that is easy in 1,000, maybe 2,000, maybe 3,000, I don't know. But Katie Wood, which is she nailed it. Her price target, ask invest price target is correct twice. Those bold number like 3,500 and 4,000. She nailed it twice, like on the dot. And they another price target is I think 2,500 by 2029. And we all just have to wait and see. I have my 2032 because that year I'm 49 years old. I'm gonna turn 50 years old on 2033, and I think it's 3,500 or 4,000 between that 2 year, 2032 and 2033, and all my number come from based on the amount of the Robotaxi and the bot, and that is bearish number compared to CERN or Joseph. And my knowledge is I'm listening to everyone, everything. The bear, the bull, the hyper bull.
Facts.
I think everybody have their point. You know, Tesla is not a stock that is gonna go steady. If you look at Eli Lilly
Bro, is
stock,
this you
it's
right here?
beautiful, steady, like
Is
step
this
up.
you?
Tesla is not like that. Tesla is like the volatile is crazy. And if you watching the stock every day like me and Pejjy, and you want to do swing trade, you can be successful. But don't forget, you have to pay tax on your profit. Every transaction that you take profit, you have to pay tax on that. And if you in a high tax bracket, you're gonna pay a lot of tax, and then in the end you will scratch your head like, oh, maybe I should just hold it. Maybe I should not go in and out because of the tax, a tax that I end up owe to the government. And all of that I'm probably gonna change. It's nothing set in the stone. Elon is go working for all of us in the government. Um, he gonna help with the regulation. He's basically gonna make sure that a robo taxi work in America. I'm sure of that. We have to grab a popcorn and see what is actually gonna going in what is gonna be in China. Um, it's a billion. It's in the billion. The profit for FSD in China is in the billion. And if you ask yourself, who else can do that? Who else have the hardware and have the software that is integrated together like beautifully? And who else have the world of supply chain that want to come to them, that want to work with them like Elon? This is a question you have to ask yourself. You know, Pejjy,
Yeah. Yeah, everybody wants to work with Elon. I mean, that's the fact. We see everybody left, right, and center begging him to, put a factory in the country. Clearly, everybody. I mean, I think India is the one that's actually going to get one soon, and it makes sense to have it in India, kind of, really. But with the tariffs and stuff like that, it makes sense to have it there in India. But everyone's begging. Everybody's begging for Elon to have some sort of a factory in the country. And why wouldn't you? I mean, it's the best product ever. It solves the problem with energy and stuff like that too. So it's like, with the mega packs and stuff like that, and then the bots and stuff like that. So I don't, I don't see a world where we don't see some level, not level, but some sort of a Tesla manufacturing product in major countries. I think in the future we'll see that going forward, whether it's mega pack factories or gigafactories. We will definitely see, or even just Well, even producing the robots, you don't need a gigafactory. You don't need a massive space. It's just, towards a 2 to 3% of an actual car to build. So you don't need the massive supply chain. Well, supply chain you need, but you don't need the massive supply chain or equipment to build these bots and stuff like that. But I had a point, but it just slipped out of my mind. But yeah, every world leader wants to work with Elon, and this despite the fact that you see everyone going against, or you see the media showing the press that, oh, Canada wants to put 100% tariffs on Teslas alone, which is the most dumbest thing ever. So whose EV are you going to allow? You've already tariffed 100% of all EVs, Chinese EVs. I mean, what you want us to pay over 100K for Teslas in Canada? Like that's ridiculous. I mean, that's not gonna be in your favor. And you have a lot of people in Canada that love Teslas. It's not like only the minority you see on the news that, oh, he sold because Elon's crazy or stuff like that. No, majority of people who have Teslas don't even care about what Elon has to say. Just like how, you know, people who own Toyotas or Camrys or other products or Samsung or Apple or whatever, they don't care what the CEO has to say. It's a great product. That's the majority of the people. Majority of the people, they buy the product because it's a good product. They don't care what the CEO has to say. Nothing. They just don't. Yes, Elon is a little bit more amplified than what others are saying. And with Elon, they put the thing in your face. Like they literally come and say, "Oh, you see what Elon said? Look at the face." Oh, they actually do that. But for everybody else, well, that's because using Elon, you get a lot of clicks, right? I'm guilty of that. I do it on my videos all the time, and you get much more clicks than you would normally do on normal videos and even on posts. So it makes sense to use him as your hook or headline or whatever it is. But you know what that also means? Free advertisement. Tesla's not advertising. They're getting free press. Oh, the Cybertruck blew up in front of the Trump Tower. Yeah, but it's intact. Holy crap! Wow! The thing exploded and the thing is framed. Whoa! I mean, I would buy a Cybertruck after that. I mean, if this was a Ford truck or a Ram truck, it would have been to a billion pieces. But the Cybertruck held its frame, slap on a few windows to that, give it a new battery pack or whatever it was, and it's good to go. Like what? You see, massive accident with this Tesla thing. It's crazy. You see this massive thing happening with this Tesla thing, and everyone comes out safe without a scratch. Like that's incredible advertisement. Like that's incredible news that they amplify, but it backfires for the reason for amplifying it, and this shows how safe it is. I've been seeing some of these massive crashes. Mainstream media they stopped reporting these because it goes against them. I only see these news from actual individuals because it's like the last time they tried this was with the car, some guy who tried to commit suicide with his whole family in the car. Sad story, but and he drove off the car off the cliff in California. The car was totaled,
Yeah,
but everybody was
yeah.
alive. And the media
His
tried to
wife
spin
and
this, but then they realized that, oh, wait,
yeah.
this actually helped Tesla. And I have never heard anything after that from mainstream media coming out and saying, oh, Tesla crashed and the guy comes out without a scratch. Oh, wait a minute. That goes against our whole narrative and what we're trying to do. We're trying to make Elon bad and the Teslas are bad. So they stopped reporting that. I don't see it anymore. And if there is a crash and somebody did die, they will go full throttle on that, which that never hasn't happened recently or anything. So you don't hear about the crashes anymore. You don't hear about anything of that anymore. You just hear about Elon and swastika and he's a Nazi and all this weird things that has nothing to do with the actual product and the company. And I'm sitting here again with my big bag of popcorn and stack of cash and going like, bring on the diffs. Thank you. Sell me your shares. You're selling too? Give me your shares. You too? Give me your shares every day. And it's just the easiest buy for me. The easiest buy for me. I don't know. I love it. I love it when there's chaos with Tesla. Just gives me more shares than I originally thought. that I would ever get. So again, you gotta separate the noise and the signal, see what's going on with the noise and how that affects the signal. Man, right now Tesla has one of the greatest signals that I have ever seen in the past 5 years that I invested in Tesla. Greatest signals. Praises from massive CEOs, even the founder of Uber, co-founder of Waymo, both of them saying that we prefer to be in Tesla's shoes. We prefer, and then Uber saying we don't need to
You
work.
nail it.
Yeah, an Uber CEO saying, "Oh, we don't need to. We have to compete against Tesla's Robotaxi." And so, good luck. And those who think that Uber and Waymo have a chance against Tesla's Robotaxi, well, the only way you have a chance is if Tesla's Robotaxi service matches your prices. That is the only way that you will have your own. That they'll Waymo will be around. Because a dollar, what is it, a dollar or two? I think it's actually a little more expensive than Uber because people don't want to drive or get driven around with humans inside the car. I came to learn about this, which is just insane, and they're willing to pay more for that with Waymo. So it's not having it's mind blowing because the point of Waymo is to have cheaper transportation, but you're actually getting more expensive transportation because people are willing to pay more so they don't deal with a driver. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, Tesla is aiming for 30 cents per mile. Holy, they could. That's
And it's
mind
gonna be
boggling.
cheaper too. It's only gonna get cheaper
That's
too.
what I mean, and
The
that's the
more
only
car that
way.
they pump it out. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the only way that Waymo can even survive. To have the same, Tesla to have this to match the price of Waymo, but they're not gonna do that. They're gonna say no. We want to be able to have the affordable transportation for everybody. And
Fun thought for you. Pejjy, fun thought for you.
yeah,
This is a funny thought. So Elon said so many times that Tesla manufacturing is a product. This is just a fun thought. And he's been working all this year very hard to make the technology as the cheapest. The battery they come out, they just say, hey, um the battery cost gonna decline about 56%. And if anyone want to get into refined battery business, I'm recommend you to do so because we will buy all of it. But no one do it. That's why they have it. They do it themselves in Texas. And you see it. All of us see it. Detroit, the business over there is like not good. The union make it very hard for Ford, GM, another company. Uh, the Detroit over there that really is hard. They don't know how to make EV profit. And let's just go this here with me. And if they want to make the car, where they gonna go? If they want to make the car cheap and have full self-driving, where they gonna go? So Elon see it that he invests a lot of money, billion, into gigafactory. And he keeps saying it. We put the raw material in one side and we're gonna split the car out the other side. And all of this car have the capability to drive itself. So fast forward maybe 20 years from now, maybe 10 years from now, all of this car company gonna have to come to Elon and say, hey, will you make the car for us? This is the design. This is our logo. Can can we use your gigafactory? And none of this company have the robot that build a robot that install the robot. None of them have it. So other than selling the car, selling the battery, makeup pack, insurance, robotaxi, Tesla bot. And now Gigafactory can also build a car for other car company, and all they have to do is slap their logo on and they can sell it. Because it's true, it's a fact. It's Tesla is not gonna be the only brand that people go for it. There's still gonna be the brand that people go for Ford and some other brand. But they cannot make the car perfect. So they have to come to it. Jim Farley said so many times that to make his car work, he have to talk to hundred of people to make one car. He have like what is called contract work, the seat, the speaker, the steering wheel. It's different company. It's gonna be he cannot go to bed like sleep. He have to ask this question: how do I gonna save my company from go bankrupt? What is the way to do it? And what beautiful about Elon Musk is he attract the smartest mind in the world. The amount of application that Tesla have is more than MIT, is more than um Ivy League, Stanford. S- All the smart people put application to work in Tesla. And you don't even need to have the degree. If you can do it, like Elon say, show me your code. You don't have to have your degree. So this is what a lot of people is not even count it or think about it. The Gigafactory in the future not only gonna split out Tesla, but it's gonna split out all the car too. Call me crazy, but I see it. Pejjy.
Yeah. Um, well, I've always said that in the next 5 to 10 years, that if your vehicle, whether you're a legacy automaker or you're an EV, doesn't matter if you're an EV anymore. If you don't have any sort of full self-driving capabilities in your car, you're not selling that car. No, nobody wants to buy that car. Just like how people today don't want to buy a car without backup camera. Now, slowly, people are not going to be buying cars without some sort of a capability of autonomous driving, full self-driving. I mean, that's gonna be the narrative for some time. Then after that, it's gonna be like, well, I don't want to buy a car anyways because robotaxis are much cheaper. So you can see how this wave is going and how other companies are kind of like, if they don't get with the program soon, they will be left behind big time. Like in 20 years' time, people, if we're gonna have how many millions that CERN told me some absurd number that we may that to replace every transportation system in the United States, that's about 50 to 60 million robotaxis. Now that's a big number. I can't comprehend that. But if it comes to a point where a robotaxi is always available 24/7 and it's so much cheaper than owning a car, and you have your own space and you don't have to drive and you don't have to deal with anybody, why on earth would you want to have a car? You can, with this robot taxi, you can go across the country. You can rent it out for a week. You can rent it out for a day. You can rent it out for a month, a year, just like with Uber, with Airbnb. You can do that with a robot taxi. So when you look at the numbers and you see how cheaper it is to even own a vehicle, because owning a vehicle, if you don't have the cash, it's financing or leasing. That's a lot of money. Then it's insurance. Then you got to make sure you don't scratch the car. Then it's you got to make sure that no one hits you when you're driving. Then you got to make sure. Then it's maintenance or gas or EV charge, whatever it is. You have all this to worry about. But with the robo taxi, you have nothing to worry about. You just get in the car, and even if it does get into an accident, how could it be the guy's fault? It's not. It can't be. The guy wasn't driving. I mean, it's an AI driving. Unless inside they do some vandalization, but that's a different issue. But you eliminate all that. You eliminate all that headache. Why on earth would anyone want to buy a car? It's in the next 20 years. Sure, if you want to buy a car because you want to own a car, but then when you realize that, oh man, you know what? Looking at my profit and loss is actually so much easier and better and less headache for me to actually just go around with Robotaxi rather than having my own car. That means people can downsize easier. They don't need to live in a place where they need a garage, right? They can, you know, um, yeah, they don't have to worry about all the headaches that comes with a vehicle and stuff like that. And they'll get to their destination cheaper, less headache, and much more calmer. And they're not driving. So it's like, this is how I see it in the stages. In the next 5 years, if your car doesn't have any capabilities of FSD, then you're not selling that car. In the next 10 to 15 years, we're not gonna, no one's going to buy any car because robotaxi is so much cheaper in the developed countries, at least. That's how I see it. And whoever's positioned greatly will benefit the most. That's how I see it. I just don't see it any other way. I mean, I just, I'm like, when I sit down and think about it, I'm like, why would anybody would want to buy a car when it's 10 times cheaper, 10 times less headache, or no headache at all, just to travel around with a robotaxi? I mean, I would do that in 20 years. Why do I need a car? I don't need a car. I'll use somebody else's car, which is a robotaxi, and go places that I need to go without driving and pay a whole lot less and enjoy, not keep my eye.
And you don't have to vacuum your car.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
don't have to clean your car. You don't have to spend
Do
an
anything.
hour to clean your car.
It's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it, because then you're thinking about all these other all these other car brands that if they don't get with the program soon, they're no longer around. Like maybe like Mazda will know. I mean, I don't know if Mazda's in business anymore still, but you know, Mercedes and all these, like Mercedes was saying that full self driving is not our priority. That's a big mistake. It should be. It needs to be. Like if you're
Because they
Lamborghini,
cannot do it.
yeah,
Because they cannot do it.
that's true. I mean, if you're Lamborghini or Ferrari, sure, we can get away with that. Those are different. Those are more like showing off. Oh, look at me, I can do all that. I think they'll be around. I think they'll be okay. But just your typical car, like your Honda, your Hyundai. I think Hyundai will actually be okay. I think they're gonna do a licensing deal soon, which is very smart on them, and they should. But like Toyota, I don't know. I just don't see how they're gonna. The fact that they're delaying, they're not doing anything. They're not even making much EVs. I don't even know how they're gonna survive. Um, but yeah, back to the topic with the Mercedes. Yeah, I mean, they were so pumped by saying, let's talk about Mercedes for a second. I do want to crap on them for a little bit because they were beating their chest a few times, and now they're saying about they don't want to focus on full self-driving capabilities. Didn't they come out like a year ago saying that, oh, look, we beat Tesla, we're level 3 in FSD. Oh, look at us, we're better than Tesla. And now they're saying that they didn't want to work on FSD stuff. What? Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, that's amazing. I love it. I love it. It just shows you how hard this game is, and it just shows you how far Tesla is. And you know, this is why I keep buying the stock. I just don't see.
My
Yeah,
my Democrat friend in Bay Area, they're buying Mercedes because they say like Elon is so mean for the people who work in the government, so they cannot support Elon, so they're gonna go buy Mercedes. I think it's funny.
that's really funny. That's really funny. So we have one speaker up here. So we're gonna wrap this up in like 7 minutes. So where is he? He was just here. Um, Not too sure if he has the option right now. There he is. Oh, yes. Go ahead, my man. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Ikti, if I didn't butcher that name.
Ekte penger. Just call
Ekte.
me
Yeah,
Ekte.
Ekte. Yes,
I'm
man. Go
from
ahead.
Norway, so
Oh, nice, nice. All EVs there. All Teslas there.
yeah, there's a bunch of EVs. They're like 90%. But the government gave so damn much subsidies to EVs that it was the cheapest and best car to buy. They gave them free parking, free roads. You can drive in the taxi lane. So the government, there's so many EVs, people aren't using the subway. So now they want to remove all the benefits they gave to EVs. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you. That's funny.
Yeah, so I think Mercedes gave up on not gave up, but maybe slowed down on the self-driving cars because it's much more difficult than anybody thought. And yeah, I think it's going to take a while for everybody. I just read that a Chinese company went bankrupt trying to make self-driving cars. They burned through like 9 billion of investors' cash and government's cash. So I think all these hallucinations with the AI is making issues. I think until they solve that, it's still gonna be, still gonna make mistakes from time to time. Even though FSD 13 is improving quite a lot, but it's still. I mean, do they have any official numbers how far you can drive before interventions? Because the only thing I can find is FSD tracker.
The thing is,
Just say
each city, each car, I mean the AI3 and AI4, each version of the software is different, right? I have full self driving myself in the AI3 car, but I didn't make long trip. I didn't go to LA with it. The longest trip that I do is 1 hour away from my house, and I have AI3 and I don't have to do anything with it. And I see my friend Homa, he drove from LA to San Francisco without have to do anything, including go to the charger and the car back in. All he have to do is get out and plug it in and take it out, and he keep driving back to San Francisco. And I think we in the pace of the amount of the mile that is train the computer, the video that send up to the big brain and train the computer, is go 10x very fast, a lot faster than last year.
Yeah, but that happens with every AI, large language models. They improve rapidly and then they stagnate. Because now with ChatGPT 4.5, people are saying that it's not much different than the previous version. So I wonder if it's the same thing's going to happen with FSD. Maybe not. Who knows? But every other AI model, they improve rapidly and then kind of peak, and then the process is a bit slower. So let's see what happens. But I've seen the progress. It's much better than version 11 and version 12.
Have you tried FSD before?
Yeah, my friend has a few Teslas. I tried it with him.
Have you tried for the long trip before?
No, I haven't tried any long trips. We're waiting to get it here in Europe so we can try it for longer. But yeah, it's not rolling out in Europe yet.
Yeah, I think so what is it? I think it's a bureaucracy, the red tape over there that's kind of stop it. But when it's passed, I recommend you to rent a car and go give it a try. Watching other people do it and have that experience yourself is very different.
Yeah, I know. I've seen people drive it around in New York, and it drives almost perfectly. So it looks impressive. But
One video that is on the top of the space right now is Tesla full self driving in dirt mountain road in China. That one is impressive.
yeah, it sure is. But I still wonder if the car is gonna make like sometimes mistakes because of these large language models. Maybe they fixed it. I don't know. We'll see. I wish they published like official numbers how long you can drive before interventions, like 1,000 miles without intervention or something like that. Because Waymo is saying they're at 16,000 before any issues. So I wish they published some numbers like that, which are like official.
Pejjy, you see anything? You know anything about this?
About what?
Official numbers of how long you can drive before interventions. Because the only thing.
Well, I'm seeing different data from different places. Like in San Francisco, from one state to other, like through Holmars, he says there's no intervention, and in some places they're saying that there's one intervention every I don't know 5 miles or 10 miles or something like that. So it differs, I guess, for different places until it learns fully, but it's getting less and less. That's all I know.
Because I saw on FSD tracker you can drive like 200 miles before intervention. But I wish Tesla published like official numbers, because Waymo does that. Waymo is at 16,000 before intervention, which is quite a lot, to be honest. So
I have friend that come from Thailand, and she's so excited to go take a Waymo drive in San Francisco. She has such a bad luck. This thing driving into the middle island of the road, where they put the island that they separate the left lane and the right lane. The Waymo car driving into that thing, and the car stuck there. So she and her mom is like, "What the fuck? What are we gonna do?" So Waymo send people. They sit there for like 10, 15 minutes. The traffic is fucked, and Waymo actually have to send people to come helping the car.
yeah, that's what
So
happens with the AI hallucinations. It sometimes
so I
makes
don't so I
stupid
don't think
mistakes.
I don't think Waymo is like better than Tesla. That's one thing that I don't think so. But
I think they're better because they're driving in San Francisco without any drivers. So, I mean, they're offering what 100,000-200,000 rides per week. So
Well,
Tesla needs to catch up.
with Waymo, yes, they're doing autonomous at the moment, but Teslas, once they get on the road and they do it, it's going to be monumentally much better. And then people will realize that, oh wait, we were wrong. Waymo is not as further as we thought, or further ahead as we thought from Tesla. Just because the only reason why they say that is because they already see the product and they already see it doing its thing. But once Tesla comes out and does it, and once they scale, Waymo's going to be put in the dust. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So let me wrap it up. It's 12:30. Hey, Pejjy, thank you so much for doing this today. We next week we're gonna take a pause. Pejjy gonna take a pause. I'm gonna try to find a co-host to come working in a Pejjy seat. Maybe I ask Alexander here to come help me next week. Okay, so thank you for all listening to our listener today, and thank you for our guest speaker. I totally like smile when you say like Waymo is better than Tesla, because the head of Waymo is actually have the interview that they say Tesla is better than Waymo. So you say something that totally opposite of the head of Waymo himself.
Do you
It
have a
is.
link to that interview? Because I haven't seen that.
You can look in YouTube. You can look.
Yeah, it was the CEO of Google saying that Tesla is the leader of it, which is the CEO of which owns Waymo.
Where can I see that?
Let me see if I can find it on YouTube.
Well, that's impressive. If that's the fact, people won't be buying anything else than a Tesla. Then what's the point of buying anything else?
The thing is, the camera on top of the Jaguar Pacer. I think it's called Jaguar Pacer or Jaguar. It's
Yeah.
So Waymo is a Jaguar car. Jaguar make that car. and it have a lot of funny camera on top of the car. It look pretty funny, and
Yeah, they have a
they use a system that's called Lidar, which is a pre-map. The car can go farther if they actually invest the time and the energy and the people to go pre-map that area. And if it's a construction site going, the pre-map that they make it that morning is useless again.
yeah.
The
They're using
Tesla using camera and the video to train the car how to drive. And if the car learn how to drive like a human, they just apply to the rule of the road anywhere it is. Like example, Pejjy know how to ride a car in Canada and Kuwait. When Pejjy go to Thailand, Pejjy doesn't have to learn how to drive the car because he know how to drive the car. He just have to learn what is the rule in Thailand so he can follow the rules safely. And
I know. Yeah, but Waymo uses cameras. It uses lidar. It uses radar. What else does it use? And it uses HD maps of the city, which is pre-mapped. So they do that because so they can, but it's quite expensive. So I don't think the Waymo system maybe in the future, but right now the car is like $200,000 for all the sensors and so on. So I don't think it will work. It's very expensive.
Okay, I have the link for it. It's
Great.
it's
Can you please
actually
share it?
yeah, but it's actually my video because I couldn't. I don't know which video it was that he did, but I know I added in my video. I don't know how to add it here. So Fa, I'll send it to you, and then you can just add it to the group.
you just go give Pejjy a follow.
Yes,
And if you have some time, please go watch his video because he's make very good information video. All right, my
fantastic.
friend,
I would love to see.
Thank you, thank you.
I have to
Appreciate
cook
it.
lunch for my husband and my kid, and see you next week with another co-host. Pejjy, good luck with your
Yes.
business next week.
Yeah,
Don't work
thanks.
too
I
hard.
do need it.
You're gonna be way too rich.
Oh boy, all goes in Tesla stock. Let's see. All right, thank you guys. Hope you guys have a good. In fact, I sent you the link so you can put it here so if you can check it out. Anyway, guys, love you all so much. See you guys. I mean, I'll be 2 weeks from now, and maybe I'll join next week. Maybe if I have like 5-10 minutes, maybe I'll join. Let's see. We'll see. Anyways, love you all so much, and have a great weekend. See you fast. See you guys.
Bye.
And we are done. Jeez, the comments here are crazy. The chat here is crazy. Got a lot of haters here. A lot of haters here. But I want to see you guys when the stock hits an all-time high. Come on, man. Let's see. Let's see if you guys will show up or not. Anyways, I gotta head out. I'm tired as hell. Tired as balls. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Make sure you guys smash that like button and hit subscribe. See you guys. Bye.